All right, I'm going to demo ACE Step 1.5 running locally on an RTX5080 NVIDIA GPU. I'm using ops, and this is the task manager on Windows 11. And this is the bat file I use to auto start. You can see I have made it here inside the directory, and this is the configuration where you choose the models you want to use on the LLM. I've turned off the LLM for this one because it uses less VRAM, and also the integer 8 quantization is turned off, so I'm using BF16 precision using custom, and this is the style, a jazz noir song, and this is the lyrics. I've already entered them, pre-entered them, and you set up like verse and what you want it to do, spoken word and so on. We'll hear that in a moment. Here you choose the language. I'm going to choose English, EN for English. And then I'm going to turn the batch down to 1, so we only generate one song. This is the speed of the song, 90 BPMs, and the scale, I want A minor. And I'm going to choose 4/4, correction 3/4. And the audio duration, I'm going to choose 300 seconds. And then we're going to look at the advanced section settings. Here you have the inference, and for the turbo model, which I'm using now, we can go max 8 steps. And you can choose between MP3 and FLAC. I'm going to choose FLAC for this demo. It gives a bit better audio quality. Random seed and the various settings. I haven't experimented too much with those yet. I'm going to turn off the caption rewrite so it doesn't change anything that I've written up there in the music style and lyrics. And as you can see, the task manager with the VRAM 1.5 gigabytes is used out of 16. I press generate, and you can see now it generates the song. It loads the model first. As you can see, it's loading the model now, and here we generate. Look at how fast that is, 10 steps per second, and it's finished. And then I accidentally press generate again because I wanted to press play, but, well, so we generated a new song. This is the second song, and there you go. The model was already loaded, so this time it's much faster. Now let's listen. Jazz noir.
Hello, YouTube.
Oh, yeah. That's a deep voice.
Open source is here.
Open source
Open source is here.
is here. Oh, yeah. I'm not quite as deep as you can hear.
Open source is here.
Open source is here.
Open source is
here. Yeah.
Open source is here. Open source is here. Ooga booga.
Ooga booga. You have to test the model
Whoopsie.
to see how it works, and I use these funny words as you can see up in the lyrics. Ooga booga oopsie whoopsie, this is AI.
By China.
It's actually pretty good, and the audio is saved As you can see there in this location, flag 48,000 hertz, 48 kilohertz. I'm gonna open the folder now to show it, because sometimes the radio app doesn't update the song, but I'll show you that in a second. So this is where the file is stored. I'm gonna just show the spectrum. As you can see, it goes all the way up to 20,000 hertz or close to it. When you use the flag, it's limited to 16 kilohertz. Correction, when you use the MP3, it's limited to 16 kilohertz. The flag is full quality, up to 20,000 hertz. This was the first song. And here you have all the generation details. So you can recreate the song later. Or see how it was made.
Go download it now. And make music yourself.
Over and out.
The quality is excellent. It does not always follow the lyrics completely to the letter, though. So you have to make a few attempts until you get something that works. But it's the same with all the other music generators I've tried. Let's try a new style. A wild rave song. You can be pretty descriptive in how you write the style. You can describe even things that are not musically related, but such as the setting. If you want, for example, the jazz to happen in a jazz club in the 1930s, for example. Again, you have to do some trial and error here, because again, it doesn't always work. And if you have the LLM active, it's going to be a bit better. I've turned it off for this demo because it uses less VRAM when it's off. And this is the LoRa training down there. I haven't tried that yet. Now I click Generate Music. As you can see, the turbo model is incredibly fast, 9 steps per second. And it does 8 steps, so that's roughly one second to generate a song. And this time it didn't update the radio, so I had to go to this file location to hear the song.
Hello, Facebook.
I'm not sure why that is.
Open source is here. Open source is here.
Not exactly Rave.
Hello, YouTube.
At least not initially, but
Hello,
let's see.
Facebook. Open source is here. Hello, Facebook. Open source is here. Open source is here. Open source is here.
a different style description.
Ooga booga. This is AI. This is AI. Made by China. Record companies. What you
I'm
gonna
gonna
do?
write -1 for random seed.
Thank you.
Generating a new song. And going to the file location where this was saved to hear it. And this is the new one. Let's see if this is better. And now for some reason the radio has crashed, so I'm gonna restart.
Hello, YouTube.
And go to the main folder and click the bed file. And just maximize the window. And then you have to control click the link
YouTube.
running on local URL. That one there. That opens the radio.
Open source is here.
Then just set it up again with the models. This time I'm gonna choose the SFT model rather than the turbo model. Still turning off the LLM and the flash attention and the two compilers. So we use BF16 and I'm going to use Python for the backend instead of the VLLM because the VLLM needs network access. So with the SFT model you need more steps because it's not a turbo, so I can't do 8 steps with this one. I have to do 50 because that's the maximum for the SFT model. And the various models has different sound quality. You will hear that in a second. So I'm choosing the same lyrics. Choosing English for the singer. And the parameters, once again, set the BPM, this time 160, and the key, I'm leaving it empty for random, 4 to the floor, and still just 1 for the batch, so that we only generate 1 song per instance. And 50 inference steps, that's the maximum for the SFT model. And once again, FLAC. And leaving the rest at defaults. And then turning off caption rewrite and think in parallel, so the LLM doesn't do anything.
My name is Jacob.
To the text I've written. If you leave those on, it will rewrite the style to embellish it a bit more. And you can see now it's still pretty fast, 7 steps per second. and doing 50 steps. And this is not an error. The connection reset error is not an error. It's just because it's done, finished with the generation. So you don't have to worry about that. This time we listen to the song in the radio.
Hello Facebook. Open source is here.
So that's not an error. This here, you can ignore that. That's normal.
Source is here. Hello YouTube. Hello Facebook. Open source is here. Open source is here.
Ooga booga. Oopsie whoopsie.
This is AI made by China. Big tech record company.
Big tech. Thank you. My name is Jacob, and this demo was made with experimentation 1.5, locally and for free, on my own computer. Go download it now, and make music yourself. Over and out.
Let's see if that works. If the model is censored or not. 60 seconds should be enough, I guess, for a quick song. This time the
Hello YouTube.
radio loaded the sample one again. You can see for some reason sometimes it just does not update the new song, so you have to go to the folder location manually. I'm not sure why that is.
Hello YouTube. Hello Facebook. Open source is here. Open source is here. Hello YouTube. Hello Facebook. Open source is here. Open source is here.
I guess he's
Big
blowing the
tech.
horn, but
Record
no,
companies.
let's not go there.
What you gonna do
So trying another
when
style,
China comes
a
for you?
cappella. Just how do you spell that? A cappella.
Thank
Want to see? Okay,
My name is Jacob.
that's correct.
Ace step 1.5 and for free on my own computer. Go download it now and make music yourself. Over and out. Over and out.
So I assume the model is censored to some degree. Or maybe it just doesn't understand what I was asking for right there. Let's generate. Let's see what. And this time I made the song longer, so you can see the generation takes. The steps take longer to generate when you generate more seconds. So the longer you make the song, the longer it takes to generate. This is pretty self-evident, I guess, or obvious. Still pretty fast, 1.77 steps per second on an RTX 5080. And you can see the VRAM, it doesn't even use more than 7 to 8 gigabytes. So it's pretty light. And once again, we go to the local folder to hear the song.
Hello Facebook. Open source is here. is here. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Open source is here. Open source is here. Open source is here. Oopsie whoopsie. This is AI.
And it crashed again.
Made by China. Record companies. What you do when comes for.
You can see it also doesn't always generate the lyrics correctly, so be prepared to make several songs and then cherry pick the best ones. Also, the style is hardly a cappella, but the sound quality is excellent, and especially for a local model.
Hello, YouTube. Hello,
And
Facebook.
the great thing about running it local is that you can experiment for as long as you want until you find something you like. And especially when it's so quick. Everything you've seen here has been real time.
Big tech. Record companies. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when China comes for you? For you.
And I edited the requirements to match my GPU. I have CUDA 13 and I installed Torch 2.10. So not the one who comes by default, but this one. This is my own edit.
My name is Jacob.
You can see there CUDA
This demo was
13
made with
and Torch 2.10.
AC step. 0.5. Locally.
You just go to the GitHub location to find the file that matches your GPU.
On my own.
I also did it in case you want to use the VLLM. You need to update the TOML file, if I can find it. Ace step and third parts, and the VLLM, the Pi project TOML. You update that as well with the CUDA and Torch version for your GPU. Or you can just use the Python link if you don't want the local network access to be active. Now once again my bat file to auto start it.
Thank you. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Open source. Open source is here.
And that concludes the demo. I have to say, Ace Step 1.5 is great.